The film starts with Ellie fulfilling herself underneath an apple tree. Subsequent to completing, she calls an apple, goes for a snack, and strolls toward her home. At home, she makes lunch and eat it with her better half. Around evening time they get to know each other. In the first part of the day, Ellie remains before a mirror and gets a commendation from her significant other who values her such a huge amount. At breakfast, tells her that he has invited one of his dearest companion Olavi to visit their home. When Micah takes off for work, Ellie is secured in cleaning and other family errands. Around evening time she can't rest. Apparently something has made her upset. The following day Mick goes to meet Olavi, and after that the two of them drive back to Mick's home. Ellie sees the men from the window and emerges to meet them. Olavi seems to know Ellie too, which is the reason Ellie was disturbed. She enters and sits on the floor since she can't tolerate seeing Olavi during supper. Olavi is gotten some information about his own life by who likewise offers him marriage guidance. Everybody hits the hay when it gets dull, yet Olavi can't quit gazing at Ellie in light of the fact that he feels something for her. The next day when the men swim, tells Olavi about his encounters in marriage and offers him one more marriage guidance. At home everybody is living it up when turns on some music and starts hitting the dance floor, with Ellie gets up in the first part of the day and swims since she is restless about Olavi's presence. Tells her that the companion will leave soon and Rush is set for work. Olavi saw Ellie hanging her clothing some other time when she was planning supper. Olavi went into the kitchen to talk with her. Sooner or later Olavi recommended that they go for a stroll. The two go to the coast where Olavi educates Ellie regarding his work, and they invest some energy with the animals. Returning they are met by Mama and get back together. Bobby causes dinner at night and they to eat while talking about Micah becomes loving to his better half. After supper around evening time they partake in a lovely night in their bed, during which Olavi drinks tea and pays attention to commotions coming from their room. Ellie and her canine swim promptly. The following day when they return home, Ellie sees Olavi taking notes in his notepad and encourages him to go to chapel to hear Mick's discussion. Later on, we discovered that Ellie was abandoned with Olavi when needed to go beyond the city for work. At home later, Ellie and Olavi were advancing toward home from the woodland. While discussing their connections and different things, they grin together as Olavi attempts to dazzle her for certain jokes. After the walk they arrive at home and fulfill their thirst with water. This opportunity at night, they invest some time by the lake, and when it gets dim external, they return to the house. Ellie eases her strain by lying on the bed in her room. She's continually contemplating Olavi. When she welcomes Olavi to swim in the lake the next morning, she strips down before him and he gives her a truly serious look. Bobby removes his dress too, and Ellie goes into the water first. While getting back, Ellie holds Olaf's hand since she actually needs to invest time with him. They go through the timberland, and when they arrive, they hear clearly music coming from the house, where Micah has gotten back from an excursion for work. They discuss the excursion and at night they invest warm time in the bed. Olavi looks at them through the entryway. Olavi needs to request himself in the wake of watching them in bed, and he does it in his room while paying attention to his sweetheart groaning and appreciating at the sounds. He recalls Ellie's body and delivers the pressure. Ellie ponders her relationship with Olavi and Micah. She is confounded as she is drawn to the two of them. To clear her psyche, she chooses to take a dip. The following day, she asks Avi to go for outing. The couple go for cruising on the boat. Ellie knows a delightful spot for the cookout. They settle down there and show their fascination towards one another. Then they invest some fun time in nature and have a good time. Soon thereafter, after supper, Micah demands investing time with Ellie, which aggravates her. She hollers at him since she is tired of his consideration, and afterward takes a dip to loosen up. Later, as she looks up at the night sky and dreams over her life, she ends up attracted to Olavi. When she gets back, she finds Ma sitting tight for her in his room, yet she is sorry to him and heads to Olaf's room. Rather, while Ellie and Olavi are having a cozy second, Micah hears his better half and companion snickering and groaning, and when the clamors in Olvi's room die down, Micah heads to Olaf's room to see the couple in bed. Ellie returns to her significant other's room toward the beginning of the day and nods off on the bed with him. Ellie asks for pardoning and Micah answers that he comprehends how she feels. Sometime thereafter, as Olavi approaches and enlightens Micah concerning his flight, while Micah manages the parts of the nursery's trees, yet Micah suggests that Olavi stay a couple of additional days and Olavi asks for absolution. At supper, Mick takes his shotgun from the wall and focuses the gag of the firearm at Ola's head and inquires as to whether he ought to pull the trigger. Everybody stays quiet, and Olavi is prepared to pay for his deed, yet Micah spare his life. Later they all get in the vehicle for Olavi goodbye. Olavi requests that Ellie accompany him, yet she favors residing with her better half as she chooses not to betray him any longer. Around evening time, the couple partake in some time in bed as they need to patch their relationship. The following day, the couple discuss their relationship when Micah gets some information about her future uninhibitedly as he maintains that their relationship should be earnest. Ellie says she's reluctant to be straightforward with her Significant other at night, they get to know each other. Ellie gives their relationship one more opportunity later. She offers Micah to go for fishing. Micah concurs. The couple goes through the night with casting poles on the boat.